Welcome to today's news discussion. I'm Sonia, and joining me is Simon.
Hello, Sonia. Hello, everyone. I'm Simon.
Let's start with the news about Chemours, the chemical maker. The Trump administration has reached a settlement with them over the illegal discharge of synthetic forever chemicals. Can you tell us more about this?
Sure. The settlement is worth $450 million and resolves enforcement claims against Chemours for discharging these chemicals, which are used to make products resistant to water, grease, and stains.
That's right. The reporting indicates that this is the first settlement by the federal government to address enforcement claims against a major manufacturer of these chemicals, known as PFAS. What does this mean for the environment?
The settlement implies that Chemours has been releasing these persistent chemicals into the environment illegally, and now they're being held accountable. The chemicals have been linked to various health issues, so this is a significant step.
Exactly. The article mentions that the chemicals are called forever chemicals because they don't break down easily in the environment. How widespread is the issue of PFAS contamination?
According to the reporting, PFAS contamination is a widespread problem across the United States, affecting many water sources and communities. This settlement is seen as a major move to address the issue.
The settlement amount is $450 million. How does that compare to other environmental settlements?
That's a good question. The size of the settlement is significant, but I'd need to check other cases to compare. It's likely one of the larger settlements related to environmental issues, given the scale of PFAS contamination.
Okay, moving on to our next story. There's a lawsuit alleging that gas stations in California are using AI-powered software to collude and raise fuel prices. Can you explain more about this?
Yes, the lawsuit claims that gas station operators are using AI-enabled software to illegally coordinate and inflate fuel prices. This is an interesting twist on traditional price-fixing allegations.
That's right. The reporting mentions that companies like Marathon and Circle K are being targeted in the lawsuit for allegedly violating antitrust laws using a fuel pricing software called Calibrate. How does this software facilitate collusion?
Apparently, the software allows gas stations to share pricing information and coordinate their prices, which is a violation of antitrust laws. It's a sophisticated way of colluding made possible by AI and data analysis.
So the allegation is that this software enables gas stations to raise prices in a coordinated manner, hurting consumers. Have there been similar cases involving AI and price fixing?
Not that I'm aware of from the reporting. This seems to be a novel application of antitrust laws to address the use of AI in facilitating collusion.
Let's move on to the banking sector. The Federal Reserve recently released the results of its annual stress test on the nation's biggest banks. What were the findings?
The Fed found that all 32 of the biggest banks passed the stress test, indicating that they are well positioned to weather a severe economic downturn. This is a positive sign for the stability of the financial system.
That's right. The stress test is designed to ensure that banks have enough capital to continue lending during times of economic stress. What are the implications of this result for investors and consumers?
Passing the stress test should boost confidence in the banking system. For investors, it means that banks are likely to remain stable. For consumers, it implies that banks will continue to provide credit even in challenging economic conditions.
Alibaba, the Chinese tech giant, has sued the U.S. Defense Department over being designated as a military-linked company. What's the background on this?
Alibaba is contesting the Pentagon's decision to include it on a list of companies with ties to the Chinese military. The company argues that the designation is arbitrary and capricious and has no basis in fact or law.
The lawsuit was filed in a San Jose federal court. What are the potential implications of this legal action for Alibaba and other companies on the Pentagon's list?
If Alibaba succeeds, it could set a precedent for other companies on the list to challenge their designations. It might also lead to a re-evaluation of the criteria used to determine which companies are considered military-linked.
With the objective of Europe-wide distribution, let's touch on some financial news from Europe. There's been a release according to the German Securities Trading Act related to Auto One Group SE. Can you tell us more about this?
The reporting indicates that this is a standard regulatory announcement required by German law for certain corporate actions or disclosures.
Right. These announcements are typically made to comply with transparency requirements. They can cover a range of topics, from financial results to major business developments. We'll need to look at the specific content to understand more.
Exactly. Without more context, it's hard to determine the significance of this particular release. It's likely related to Auto One Group's financial or operational updates.
As we've covered all the stories, that's all for today's discussion.
Thank you, Sonia. It's been a comprehensive look at various news stories. Until next time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.